Good afternoon to us all, and to morning for some persons, evening for others, night yet for others. That's the beauty of having these events online and live, where we're dealing with persons from all across the globe. We are today having the second in our webinar series that commenced in August. We're having one of these every other month. Next one will be on the 16th of December. To us all, and to some persons, evening for others, night yet for others. That's the beauty of having these events online and live, where we're dealing with persons from all across the globe. We are today having the second in our webinar series. And today we're having a very special program where we have with us, in fact, 2 retired Chief Justices and another to be sworn in by the end of this month. And we have a program to be moderated by Karen Goff. More details of this will be, in fact, given a little later. We have started a little late due to some difficulties we had with some streaming issues. And for that reason, I won't bore you too long with a long introduction to the program, save and except to say all the details relating to the program are in fact online at coffeetimejaic.com. At this point, I wish to indicate that we have the Honorable Minister, Colonel Charles Jr. online and with us in this webinar. And he is the minister responsible for a very long title to include urban development, urban renewal, construction, climate change, and a host of things which he will tell us a little more about when he gets here. And for them, what we will do immediately is just to ask him if he would be kind enough to give us his welcome at this point. Thank you, Minister, for welcoming us to this webinar.
Thank you, Dr. Malcolm. I think you have done a great job. I could just simply say ditto, but I'll just say briefly, welcome all participants to the Jamaica International Arbitration Center 2020 Dispute Management in a New World webinar, and to the Maurice Stoppy lecture and panel discussion. Of course, we have such a distinguished panel of participants and guests, Chief Justices, former, current, and to be, and several other persons who are distinguished, attorneys and colleagues. And discussion is one which is critical. I have the opportunity to represent the Ministry of Housing, Urban Renewal, Environment, and Climate Change. We are the new and dynamic ministry in Jamaica. And we, of course, have great interest in this panel discussion and in the lecture because you can see the direct connectivity between the discussion and construction and infrastructure and how that touches and concerns formal and informal economies and the areas, the portfolio areas in our ministry. We do, of course, have the opportunity of expanding the amount of persons who are engaged in this lecture because of the webinar features. And as I said, Christopher, with every challenge comes opportunity. And certainly the familiarity now of the use of Zoom and webinar formats has expanded the opportunity for persons to be involved. I want to just use a little 2 seconds to just say and acknowledge Dr. Malcolm, the good work that you're doing, and the good work in putting together the discussion that is going to be taking place today, the dedication and the professionalism that has been executed over the years. I believe that the information that will be shared will reflect the dignity and honor of he, the lecture is named, Mr. Stopping, who we all know is a leading figure, quantity surveyor, arbitrator, adjudicator, educator, mentor, institution builder in the construction sector for over 60 years. That's more than my lifetime. And with that regard, I don't want to go too much further. I think that Chris, you have done a good job in welcoming us. And we really do look forward to having a robust discussion and listening and learning. And my view from government is that we can find a way to really utilize these aspects of dispute management to our benefit to make sure that Jamaica and the region becomes an attractive space, an attractive jurisdiction. With that regard, I don't want to come here to do to risk and to make their investments with their money and their time and energy. And having this feature of dispute management and alternative mechanisms increases our attractiveness to several of the large players in the industry globally. And we seek to continue to expand that discipline. And it is something which the government holds in high regard, which is why I am honored to have been given the opportunity to welcome us all. I do look forward to a good discussion and good lecture. And again, I formally welcome you all. Let me just highlight again, Miss Karen Goff. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Perhaps Goff, who will be moderating our panel discussion. And also on our feature is our former Chief Justice of Jamaica, Zayla McCalla, as well as partner, Mr. Paul Sandersham, and senior consultant, Mr. Isha Nadar, who I see featured in the webinar series, the document that we received. Other persons, many other persons are here with us, like Ms. Petal James and others who are participants, and we welcome everyone, one and all. Over to you, Dr. Malcolm.
Thank you, Minister, and for your very kind welcome to this webinar. And at this time, without much ado, I will welcome, in fact, I'll ask the newly minted, soon to be installed Chief Justice of Barbados, our good friend Pat Cheltenham, to give us his greetings for this webinar. Over to you, Mr. Cheltenham.
Over to you, Dr. Malcolm.
Thank you, Minister, and for your very kind welcome to this webinar.
We're not hearing. Not hearing.